If you are someone who's just starting out on their net worth journey, it could seem a little bit daunting thinking about where to start. But no matter where you are in your journey, there's one single thing that you could do that I place above and beyond all other forms of investment. Let's take a look. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I created this channel to share my journey with you and how I went from negative $30,000 in debt in 2012 to my current net worth. If you stick around, this channel is going to help you understand what it takes to build your net worth, invest, budget, and make more money. So let's get back to our topic. What is the number one way to increase your net worth? Well, it's real estate, of course. Now, before you attack me saying that's too obvious, I want you to realize that not all real estate is created equally. In this video, we're going to discuss the different types of real estate to purchase to increase your net worth, especially if you're just starting out, and how much money you need to make it happen. If you are currently paying rent for a place to live right now, you really need to pay attention here. I am sick and tired of all these financial gurus saying that real estate, especially your primary residence, is not an investment. Here's the reality. Unless you are living for free, you're either putting money towards your mortgage or you are giving money away to a landlord. One is an asset and one is a liability. Let's talk about what you can do to rapidly build your net worth with real estate. First of all, you need to learn how to save money in order to put a down payment on a piece of property. I don't care if you work at McDonald's or a Fortune 500 company, you definitely can save money. And if you can't, the hard truth is that you're not making enough sacrifices. If I could save $500 a month while getting paid $12 an hour in 2012 and 2013, you could save money right now doing whatever you do for a living. The next thing you need to do is build up your credit score. Aim for a credit score over 650. You could do this by paying down your debt, not missing any payments, and having a low credit use. Having a low credit use just means that you only spend a small portion of your credit card's actual limit. So a quick tip here is to call your credit card company and request a limit increase. Once you have the systems in place to save money and build credit, it's time to understand your options when it comes to real estate. Depending on how much money you have for a down payment, you might want to consider an FHA loan, which allows you to put down 3.5% of the purchase price, all the way up to a conventional loan, which requires 20% down of the purchase price. Let's do a quick example. If you were to purchase a $300,000 house and choose an FHA loan at 3.5% down, you would only need $10,500 as a down payment to purchase the house. Now compare that to a conventional loan with 20% down, and you would need to put down $60,000 for the same house. Of course, there is a catch. And that catch is that if you put down less than 20% using an FHA loan, you have to pay mortgage insurance. Sure, it's kind of frustrating, but on my first property, which we'll talk more about later, it was well worth the extra cost. Now let's get down to our real estate options. The most common way that people get their start in real estate investing is by house hacking. This is when you purchase a property, usually a single family home, you live in one of the bedrooms and you rent out the rest. This usually covers the mortgage and sometimes gives you more. Let me give you an example. You purchase a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, single family home for $300,000 and you put down 3.5% using an FHA loan. After the loan, taxes, homeowners insurance, and mortgage insurance, your monthly mortgage payment should be around $2,200, assuming that you can get a loan rate of around 5%. Now that you own the house, you can live in one of the bedrooms and you have 3 bedrooms to rent out. How much can you get for renting a bedroom where you live? $700 a month? $800? Let's just assume that you can get $700 per month on the lower end. Now you have 3 roommates who are collectively paying you $2,100 per month in rent, which of course means that you yourself are only paying $100 per month for housing. That is, after you subtract the rent you're collecting from the mortgage. This is where things get interesting. Not only are you paying less for housing, but your roommates are paying for the majority of the mortgage, which is giving you equity in the home. But also, this opens you up to save more of your hard-earned money from your job. Now your net worth is really going to increase rapidly. That is house hacking in a nutshell, but what are your other options? Can you increase your net worth even further with different types of real estate investments? Yes, of course, and that would be your duplex, triplex, and quadplex. As long as you're living in one of the units, the federal government considers this type of property a primary residence. Anything 5 units and over, and it becomes a commercial property. This means that if you purchase a quadplex, which is a property with 4 apartments on it, as long as you are living in one of the units, you can claim homestead exemption, which means that you will pay less taxes and have more protections than you would with a commercial property. The same goes for a duplex or a triplex. You just need to get your hands on one, and depending on where you live, they could be abundant or hard to come by. Your best bet to find one of these is to hop on Zillow and single out multifamily properties, and then restrict your budget to whatever you can afford. Of course, having a realtor and getting pre-approved for a loan is a given, so if you're looking to move forward, I recommend doing that. Now, how do you increase your net worth by purchasing a duplex, triplex, or quadplex? Think about it this way. If you are living in one of the units and renting out the others, this is essentially house hacking on steroids. In fact, you could even do a combination of house hacking and renting out the other units. Let's just say all you could afford is a duplex that needs some fixing up. You could rent one side as is and live in the other unit and find a roommate. Over time, you could use your additional income to fix up the property and ultimately get more rent, which naturally increases the overall value of the duplex. With multifamily properties like this, even the smallest ones, the value comes from how much you could charge per rent, unlike single family homes where the value comes from how much similar homes have sold for recently. Let me tell you a quick story about the quadplex that I purchased in 2016. I plan on doing a full video on this in the future, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Originally, I was looking for a duplex, but this amazing block construction quadplex came on the market for $429,000. And I was able to purchase it with an FHA loan at 3.5% down. 3 of the units needed heavy work and one of them was renovated to an acceptable standard. Over the course of the year after I purchased it, I slowly renovated the 3 units that needed work, with my wife and I living in the first unit renovated. We were able to claim homestead exemption because, like I said earlier, as long as you were living in one of the units, you could claim homestead exemption on the whole property up to 4 units. I will save more details for the future video, but in our first year of marriage, we were able to save $70,000 because we were both working. We were profiting $1,500 per month from the quadplex and we were living for free. One of the biggest financial mistakes in my life was selling that quadplex, although I did make over $300,000 in profit on the sale. Just a quick tip about homestead exemption. If you claim homestead exemption on a property and live there for 2 years, you are taxed at 0% for up to $250,000 in profit as a single person or $500,000 in profit as a married couple if you decide to sell. So we did not pay a dime of tax on the sale of that property. Hey, before we do a quick wrap up here, I just want to say thanks so much for watching up until this point of the video. This barely scratches the surface on what I have to share with you. So please subscribe to this channel if you're looking to increase your net worth in multiple different ways. Also, if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and comment to add to the conversation. So what is the #1 way to increase your net worth? Real estate, of course. But as you learn, it isn't just about buying real estate and sitting on it, which will still increase your net worth, but just not as rapidly. We learned about house hacking, which in its most common form is purchasing a single family home, living in one of the bedrooms, and renting out the rest of the bedrooms. Naturally, the more bedrooms you have, the more money you can make. I personally know someone who owns a 5-bedroom single family home and they rent out all of the bedrooms except of course the one that they live in. After all expenses, they profit $800 per month. The roommates pay their mortgage and they get to save more money from their job since they don't have any housing expenses to worry about. We also learned about small multifamily properties which can rapidly increase your net worth, especially if you are living in one of the units. Don't forget that you could do a combination of house hacking and multifamily. Imagine owning a quadplex where all of the units are 2 bedrooms. You can rent out 3 of the units, live in one of the units, and have a roommate. A great way to increase your income and your net worth. This is what I love about real estate. There are so many options from small to over the top. I know these are just a few pieces to the puzzle of building your net worth, but in my experience, real estate is the #1 way to increase your net worth. It is in fact how I got to where I currently am. That's it for now. Until next time, keep at it. I do not care if you work at McDonald's or a Fortune 500. Of course, there is a catch. And that catch is that if you use, oh my gosh.